Hello, my name is Chris, your personal car reviewer, and this is the 2021 GMC Yukon in Denali trim. Denali means premium luxury model for all GMC products. GMC forecasts 60% of its Yukon sales will be the top-of-the-line Denali trim, so buyers of Yukon like theirs all equipped. I think GMC Yukon Denali is a pretty cool name. I'll look at the exterior, interior, take it out on the road and give you my thoughts. The exterior is classical SUV, squarish with bold proportions which exude confidence, strength, and safety. This SUV is huge, no question, so it should meet all your family needs. Of particular note, this front grille is mesmerizing and is unique to the Denali edition of this Yukon. Unbelievably, an XL version is available that is much bigger. There is so much room here, as you can see. It can never be big enough in the car world. They are bigger than they ever were, regardless of the category. GMC brags that Yukon is bigger than the previous generation, especially room for the third row. The second row is supremely roomy, obviously, and the panoramic roof is sublime. In the front, there is a big luxurious truck treatment. A ton of room, you really feel like a captain, no one on the road intimidates you. The center armrest is gargantuan. The heads-up display feels like the computer interface from the movie Avatar. This Yukon feels expensive with an incredible build quality and solidity. The suspension feels very sure-footed. Perfect actually. It's called MagnaRide and the suspension adapts in real time, made better with the rear independent suspension. The infotainment is standard GM layout and, as you can see, is relatively straightforward. The climate control is tri-zone. It is a memorable experience driving one of these. I hope you get the chance to. This engine is a 6.2-liter V8 and delivers 420 horsepower and 460 pounds of torque. Fuel economy is 16.8 liters in the city and 12.4 liters on the highway, though expect 20 to 25 liters per 100 kilometers in the city. The EPA rating is 1419 mpg. A diesel is available. Here are my thoughts on the road. Hello car lovers, driving the 2021 GMC Yukon Denali. Now for those of you who don't know, a lot of you are city dwellers and you don't really see these kinds of vehicles, so I'm going to explain to you. GMC is the name of the brand, Yukon is the name of the vehicle type, and Denali is kind of like the designation within that vehicle type, and it signifies for GMC the high-end luxurious model. They're much more expensive than the base models, and that's what Denali means in GMC. So let's talk about this vehicle. This is I like these vehicles, these SUVs, these full-size SUVs, because when I was young I grew up watching Hollywood and the Secret Service would be there and they'd have that little earpiece and there'd be the president sitting in back or some dignitary and they would all be driving this kind of vehicle. I have fond memories of this vehicle, watched a lot of fun movies based on it. So that's the impact it has on me. We'll start with the exterior styling, the classic SUV that we're used to seeing. This is a really big vehicle and it's not the biggest vehicle on offer because there's the XL that's offered that is huge. Priced as is, this vehicle goes for $94,000 plus everything, which puts it at, with taxes and everything, at probably at $110,000. It's very expensive. What do you get for that? Well, on the inside, you get lots of space. You get a pretty good towing capacity. I know my cousin owns one and he pulls his family and his boat and there's no problem. It comes with a V8. It's very powerful. I took it out on the highway. I've been driving it for a while. Very powerful, very smooth, and reasonably fuel efficient when you consider how big this vehicle is. I mean, it is made like a box and it does get decent fuel economy. Driving here in Lachine's lunar roads, Montreal has some of the worst roads in the world. It challenges in terms of complexity some minor off-road trails. So we're getting a pretty good test of suspension. And despite having these gigantic 22-inch wheels, now I know some of you complaining, why don't they have 24-inch wheels yet? Well, not yet. It's 22-inch wheels on this Denali, and it's taking the bumps very well. Very, very well. And I can't complain about anything. On the highway, not a lot of road noise, well insulated. So you're getting your money's worth from a comfort perspective. These seats are very comfortable, nice leather, no pressure points. I'm really feeling good in these seats, and I love a good seat, and this Denali delivers. Other things about this interior, well, this enormous room, it feels like we're in a GMC Sierra here. I made that remark to Ross on the French version, and I said, you know what, this feels almost exactly in terms of size and in terms of layout, very, very similar to the GMC Sierra all-equipped that we tried, and that's what you're getting. You're getting essentially a truck-like experience in an SUV, and that's really what an SUV is. Very luxurious, though, it must be said, and the suspension much softer than that GMC Sierra. This heads-up display is, I'm telling you, it's the most bright and clearest one I've ever seen. I mean, this is Avatar stuff. The only thing that's missing is if I could move it with my hand, and instead of fumbling through the menus, and it would be just like Avatar. It's really funny. This panoramic roof really gives us plenty of natural light. It's a very cloudy day today, and I can just imagine what it would be like without a panoramic roof. It would be much darker in here. Really lightens up the cabin. The steering wheel does feel a bit cheap. It doesn't have that thicky, notchy kind of steering wheel we would expect from a vehicle at this price. I think it's almost the same as what we had on the GMC Terrain, which is a vehicle half the price. So a little bit disappointed on that key driver interface. This huge screen, infotainment screen, is really nice. It's the GMC model. There is a redundant hard button here to go back to the home menu if ever you get lost in the menus. You have a toggle switch interface for the transmission. Frees up a lot of space here for this Yukon, which is kind of nice. Lots of leg room, and for those of you who have really huge legs, there's this really soft padding here by the transmission well. Good stuff on that level. This vehicle looks, feels, drives exactly as you would probably suspect looking at pictures and videos of it. I mean, there are no surprises. You get what you see, and it's a very honest vehicle in that sense. Ross says it's recommendable on the lease, recommendable on the short to medium term purchase. I have to echo his sentiment. It's a very good vehicle. I enjoy driving it. I've spoken to one owner of this vehicle, my cousin. He's very happy, and I'm pretty sure he'd like to buy another one in some distant future because his is going very well. And those are my thoughts. By the way, if you like this video, like it. If you don't like it, don't like it. And if you really like it, well then of course you should subscribe. And that is the review.